Live across YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Let me know if you are here. It's Thursday morning. I'm going live and I'm going to offer as much value as I can. As well as that, I'm quite worried because it does seem a bit negative. Okay, it really does feel a bit negative. What kind of the title of this kind of presentation, but believe me, it's going to be so positive if you listen and you understand and you really take this on board. Okay, give me a hello. Santos says, "Hey, hi, Matt." Santos on Facebook. Who else is on? Say hello. It'd be great to hear from you. I think that's a high five from Anastasia. How are you? I hope you're well. You've been fantastic in the live events we've had, Anastasia. It's been great getting to speak to you, get to know you. You've done really well. Really have. Santos says, "How are you?" I'm really good, thank you, mate. Really good. Give everyone a quick catch up with me. I ruptured my Achilles, so I've been in a pot, and now I'm in a special boot. But I've managed to kind of keep on top of things, feeling. Do you know what? It's been the best test of what we call resilience. It's been the best test of my mindset. There's been ups and downs, but I've managed to kind of stay on top of everything. So it's been a test that I needed just at the right time. We only have a win or learn. Right, this is going to be very interesting. Anastasia says, "Thank you, I am well. I hope you are doing great too. It was a fantastic experience." You've put that in past tense, Anastasia. You are a member of Matzina Acting, so casting director workshops, etc. They happen all the time. Okay, going forward, we are going to be the Get Seen Academy, where genuinely producers, directors, casting directors, industry professionals are constantly going to be in and around the organization watching you perform. Emmanuel's already in. Let's see what Emmanuel has to say about the reasons why many actors don't succeed. Emmanuel says the reason why some actors don't succeed is because they don't understand the business of the industry. Good point. Good point. Yeah, being a business. Right. Good. I hope you're all ready for the ride. Let me know what you think at any point. And if you've got any questions, let me know. All right. I'm perfectly welcome. I love a debate. I love a question. I love to help. Genuinely. That's where this is coming from. So I don't want it to seem negative, right? However, here's the one thing that I see from actors, and that is they don't take control of their own destiny. Here's a sad truth, okay? But it's true. Sometimes things don't sound good, but there's no other way to put it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, actors, will ever care about your career as much as you. Nobody. Okay? As sad as that sounds. Now, I think that I'm a great mentor and I genuinely do care for the actors. But even my time is spread around amongst lots and lots of actors. Okay? I genuinely care, and I think I care more than most acting coaches, okay, or mentors. However, percentage-wise, nobody will ever care about your career as much as you. But what actors tend to do is hand over all control of their career to other people who, again, let me reiterate, will never ever care about your career as much as you. All right. So many actors are still in that mindset of, right, I've got myself an agent now. Whoo, over to you. And then the phone doesn't ring enough. Not enough happens. And because they've handed over, and they get frustrated, but they've handed over full control over. It's the same thing with casting directors. They literally just go to auditions and all the control is in everybody else's hands. They hand over control psychologically, physically, even. Okay, all the control about the actor's career they feel in their mindset and in the way they act and operate. They put it all into everybody else's hands. When nobody really cares about your career as much as you. Actors that succeed take back all of that control, or let's say most of it. Okay? It's both psychologically in their mindset and in the way they act and operate and make decisions. Emmanuel's right. Okay? Instantly, the best way that you can start to take control of your career is by having a business mindset. You're acting business. Because then suddenly, all these people that other actors rely on and hand over all control on, if you're a business, you see them as a partner, or you see them as a service that literally, a service that helps your business, that you partner with. Okay? If you've got an acting business and you use an agent, that agent is going to be responsible for getting submissions and doing work for your business. But a business would never hand over full control to another party for their destiny as a business. And you shouldn't either. What should you be doing? You should be self-submitting. You should be on top of all of your marketing material, casting material, every single thing around your business you should have charge of. Okay? You should be self-submitting. You should be looking for work to bring the money in. There isn't just one route into this industry. It's not just this straight path of you learn, you get an agent, that agent gets you the auditions that you want, and then you get that lucky break and that big audition, and then suddenly you're well known, and then you go into a different stratosphere. It doesn't work like that. It does for very rarely. Actors that succeed work incredibly hard, and you look right and left. How many actors do things like look for content creation jobs as an actor, look at role play, keep the money coming in, keep the professional work coming in, who does voiceover, and make sure that they are a business and they have so many different facets to that business that they keep operating. One of the biggest questions I get asked is, look, I don't want to do my day job anymore. I just want to act. I say, right, let's do it. Let's do it. Voiceover work, role play work. Emmanuel's amazing. He does everything because he's an acting business. And that's why he made that comment. Emmanuel says some actors need to hear this message, because I personally know some actors who are very upset and frustrated that they can't find acting work. They simply don't know how to. It's sad, to be honest. I agree, Emmanuel. And it does purely come from, look, I'm an acting business. The business has to have money coming in. And therefore, like any business would, I'm going to look at all the business streams, revenue that I can get coming in. Okay? But most actors are sold this model of I train. It becomes like some type of acting competition to see who's the best actor. I get an agent and I throw over all of. And so many actors feel frustrated, Emmanuel, because they don't have any control. Think about it. The average actor who is frustrated and upset, just has no control over their destiny. They hand over to an agent. They sit around and wait for the phone to ring. What's going on? What's happening? They go to a casting, an audition, and it's in somebody else's hands constantly. Whereas there's another way. If you just think, right, I'm going to take charge now. I'm going to make my value so high. And I do talk about 18 different value areas where you can increase your value. And you have a mindset of, right, I'm going to self-submit. I'm going to go for some of my own acting jobs. I'm going to make network. I'm going to get in touch with casting directors. I'm going to tell them that I am of value. I'm going to raise my value. So when I get into that audition room, I am of such a value that they cannot ignore me. Okay? You have to rethink. And this is so interesting to hear and makes me feel better, because after all the research I've done, I thought it was the only way. I'm not even an actor yet, but it's definitely something I want to do. Amazing. Amazing, Be Khan. Be Khan. It's true. There's 2022, the landscape has changed. We're in a different place to where we were even a year ago, but specifically 10 years ago, which is still the route into acting that so many actors think is the only way. Okay, so you have to be an acting business. You have to rethink instantly. All right. No, this when I really, really want to hammer home the point, I say this, and I say, look, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to take you from there to where you want to be. Nobody. Because nobody's going to care enough about your career to do that. Nobody's coming. Nobody will care enough about your career. So you have to take control. We cannot be passing over. We cannot be putting over control to the agents, to the casting directors. We have to take control. If you have enough value, if you create enough value around you, your brand, who you are, your acting business, casting directors, producers become irrelevant because you have so much value that they need you. How do you create value? I've done so much content on this. Skills, your acting technique, your personal brand, the amount of engaged followers these days. It's ridiculous the amount of ways that you can have so much value that nobody can ignore you. But that's the actors that take control of their destiny, that manage that, to get into that position where every agent wants them. You know, every casting director, producer can't ignore them when they get in that room. They have value everywhere. They exude value. Okay? That's the position you want to be in. And it comes from not handing over all the control to everybody else. The one thing that frustrates me as an acting coach is, and I've spoke to other acting coach or other principals of other organizations, like acting coaching, and we all say the same thing. There's actors that come and buy in and do incredibly well, but then there's this fringe of actors who seem to just dot around each of our organizations. They'll come to me for like 4, 5, 6 months, and then they'll go to another organization for 4, 5, 6 months. We know who they are. They appear at all our organizations. And it's like, the reason why they're doing that is because they go to one organization for a little while, and then suddenly that organization hasn't picked them up and done it all for them and put them into a high-end drama. So they think, right, if I go to another one, they'll do that for me. And then they realize that organization doesn't pick them up and put them into a high-end drama. And hopefully at some point, once they've been to every single organization and training facility and every single agent in the world, suddenly they then come round to this lesson that I'm teaching you right now, which is nobody's going to do that. Nobody. Even those actors lucky enough to have a mentor like me, I tell them straight away that I'm going to guide you. I'm going to do a lot for you, but you're going to do the majority of it. And that's the truth. That's the hard truth. So these people who flit around agents, flit around training organizations, they're just always hoping that somebody's just going to do it for them. And in my experience, it doesn't work like that. It really, really doesn't. At some point, you need to get your business head on. You need to become an acting business You need to take control of your own career. You need to take control of raising your value so you can't be ignored. You need to self submit. You need to self submit on roles, paid roles, they're everywhere. And you need to diversify your offering. Voiceover, even working for big corporate companies, doing things like role play, making sure that you get into this new wave of content creation. Become a personal brand, get paid for being a personal brand, social media, YouTube. This is the future. Either get into the future or get left behind. Okay. So I hope that helps. I've been very forthright. I've meant to be, because even though it comes across in a certain way, this is the most important message for any actor that's a genuine actor that wants to succeed. If you listen to this without getting your back up and just think, right, if I do that, I will succeed, you'll be on the right path, and you'll get to where you want to go so much quicker. Emmanuel says, oh, he put a link in. Says J23, you need to hear this. Wow. Make sure you share, guys, if you want people to hear it. What advice would you give about getting started with acting? I would say join MZA. I really, really would. Just because we have an agency attached, you can learn, and then you can be kind of on the audition train straight away, and be guided, really. And we specialize in beginner actors and emerging actors, and taking them to where they want to be. That's for anybody, actually. If you would like a free trial class for when we begin back in September in our classes, there's a waiting list. But if you get in touch with me, I will get you a free trial class on me. As well as that, so many ways to get involved. And go on my link tree, which is linktree/Matt Zena. I think there's a linktr.ee/Matt Zena. Make sure that we've got digital online courses. We've got the YouTube channel. We've got everything. So make sure that you go, and make sure you DM me and get yourself a free acting class. See what it's all about. I hope you succeed, guys. I really